Hello people and happy Sunday. If this is your first time here, welcome to the channel. My name is Gino and I create weekly YouTube content to help you guys improve your English for free, video by video. If you're an existing subscriber, then welcome back to the channel. Today's topic is going to be 5 synonyms for the word dirty or dirty, as some people might pronounce it, but my accent, I say dirty, because we pronounce the Y like an E in this particular region of Britain. So what is a synonym? A synonym is a word that means the same or nearly the same as another word. So it's like an alternative word for the word that we are discussing today, which is the word dirty. Now, what does dirty mean? Dirty means basically not clean, covered in dirt. So to give you a visual example, this is a pair of one of my trainers, and you can see that it's nice and clean at the bottom, very white, no dirt. And if we compare that to a pair of my running trainers, these do a lot of miles, you can see that there's lots of dirt. So we would describe these trainers as dirty or dirty, depending on your accent. The Americans might say dirty, something like that, to clean. So that's what dirty means. That's what a synonym means. Let's get on with the synonyms. Actually, before we crack on with the synonyms, there's one more thing I want to explain to you about the word dirty or dirty, depending on your accent. And we also use the word dirty to describe an activity which is dishonest or unhonourable. So for example, if a football player is constantly fouling the other people on other teams and being really aggressive towards them, then we would describe him or her as a dirty player. Also, we use it to describe activities which make money which are not legal. We describe it as dirty money. So for example, if someone is robbing something from someone else, they would call that dirty money because it's made in a non-legal way. Further to this, there's also one other way in which we use the word dirty, but it's rude and I'm not going to go into that on this channel, but I'm sure you can find it out on Google if you need to. Right, now let's crack on with the synonyms, for real this time. Okie dokie. Synonym number 1 is the word filthy, or in some cases people might pronounce it filthy. Now, the dictionary description of the word filthy is disgustingly dirty. So if you describe something as filthy, it is very, very, very dirty. It's like an extreme version of dirty. And what you might hear as well, particularly in England, is you'll hear people put the word absolutely in front of filthy. So for example, I won't be staying at that hotel again because the bathroom was absolutely filthy. And that means that it was really, really, really dirty. Synonym numero dos, or number 2, is the word grimy, or grimy, depending on your accent. And the dictionary description of the word grimy means covered with or characterised by grime. And grime is another word for the word dirt. Usually we use the word grime to describe a wet kind of grime, dirt kind. So for example, the windows are covered in grime. The sink is very grimy, and it means there's lots of dirt and water and just grimy. So that's the word grimy. I hope you find it useful. Okay, number 3, synonym number 3 is a very informal word. It's something that's quite colloquial, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I am. If I am, then feel free to tell me. But number 3 is the word minging or minging. We here in Manchester or Wigan, the north, we tend to miss the G off the end. So some people might say minging. We here say minging. And minging means, the dictionary description is very bad or unpleasant. But we also use it to describe when something is very dirty. So, for example, I don't think I'll be eating in that restaurant again because the kitchens were absolutely minging. And it means the kitchens were absolutely filthy, dirty, minging. We also use the word minging to describe food that we don't like. So, for example, if someone else is eating food that you particularly don't like the taste of, something I don't like the taste of would be mustard. So if someone was eating mustard, I could say, oh, how can you eat that? That is minging. And it means that it's disgusting. I don't like it. Okay, number 4. Number 4 is the word grubby or grubby. Grubby. And the dictionary description of the word grubby is covered with dirt or grimy. You notice a recurring theme here, yeah? Very similar words. And one of the main situations in which I hear people use the word grubby is when they describe another person. So you can describe somebody as being grubby looking, and it means that they look like they don't wash, they don't look after their personal hygiene, is a grubby looking person. But you can also use the word grubby to describe something being dirty. So the house is very grubby. The hospital was very grubby. The conditions were unhygienic, dirty. So grubby is another word for dirty. And moving swiftly on to number 5. And number 5 is the word grotty or grotty. And the dictionary description of the word grotty means unpleasant or of poor quality. So you could describe a hotel as being grotty. Yeah, we stayed in a hotel when we went to Blackpool and it was really grotty. And it means of low quality. But the way I interpret the word grotty when I hear it is that the place was dirty, it wasn't well maintained or looked after. So that is the word grotty, and that is how you can use it. Let's go to number 6. And last but not least for this week is the word mucky or mucky. Now, mucky, the dictionary description is, I think you could probably have a guess at what it means, covered with dirt or filth. Very similar words, but all very useful, don't get me wrong. So mucky is basically another word to describe dirty. So you could say to someone, if someone was walking into your house and they had very dirty shoes on, very mucky shoes, you could say, please take off your mucky shoes at the front door so you don't get the carpets all mucky. So there you have it, people. There's 6 good alternative words to the word dirty, and you will hear these words all of the time, particularly in England. I hope you find the video useful, and if you did find it useful, then please feel free to share this with your English learning friends. If you have any questions about any of the words that I've described in this video, then please ask me the question in the comments below and I will respond to your question. Having said that, I'm going to go edit this video and then enjoy the rest of my Sunday, and I hope you do the same. I'll see you people in the next video. Till then, bye bye. Ciao.